The US stock market began a correctional decline with the three benchmark stock indexes trading lower. Remarkably, such a retracement happened immediately after the publication of upbeat US unemployment claims. So, sentiment on Wall Street turned sour before the weekend. What should investors expect from the US stock market? Let's find out. Yesterday, all key US stock indexes, namely the Dow Jones, the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, closed in the red, having lost almost 1%. Most analysts believe that the time is ripe for a big downward correction on Wall Street. They warn that the key index could drop 5% from the recent highs and even deeper. Things will clear up on Monday. Today, the Dow Jones is trading at near 33,822. It's expected to hold in the corridor of 33,500 to 33,950 until the beginning of the next week. Meanwhile, the US dollar index found support of the buyers at about 90.90. Perhaps the index will be able to rebound for a brief moment. Today, it climbed as high as 91 points. Nevertheless, analysts expect the index to trade in the narrow range of 90.80 to 91.50. Market participants alerted Joe Biden's comments on the tax reform. Yesterday, the Canadian dollar advanced notably. The USD card pair declined to 1.2495. Apparently, the US dollar is weighed down by the fact that the loonie is now being bought by exporters. Next week, Canada is due to publish inflation data that could trigger higher volatility for the currency pair. Please be careful. The actual developments in the crypto market are more pessimistic than expected. Bitcoin slumped almost by 9% over the last 24 hours. In the second half of the day, the most popular digital token was trading below the level of $50,000. All in all, the whole crypto market is trading much lower today. Some altcoins have already shed more than 10% over half of the day. Crypto assets gave a negative response to a speech by Joe Biden. The US president unveiled the intention of raising taxes for Americans whose annual income exceeds $1 million. It means that investors will take the brunt of the tax reform. As a result, investors are selling off risky assets. Cryptocurrencies have incurred the heaviest losses. Bitcoin is set to trade with a higher volatility today. A further trajectory will depend on the market reaction over the weekend. To sum up, the US equity market took a nosedive after due to Joe Biden's plans for tax hikes. Some analysts pinpointed the reason. However, this statement raises doubts. First, market participants were aware of tax hikes long ago when the president came up with a new stimulus package worth $2 trillion. With this information in mind, the market developed a robust rally. Second, such tax hikes have to be approved by Congress, so US lawmakers are braced for a legislative battle. It would be better to wait for a prudent response from the market that will happen not until Monday. And that's all for today. We keep monitoring the financial market situation. Subscribe to our channel and see you on Monday. We wish you profitable deals and have a nice weekend.